So we all know that the Phoenix Suns want Jimmy Butler, but the only way that they can get Jimmy Butler is if a team is willing to take on Bradley Beal's contract, and Bradley Beal needs to waive his no trade clause. So much can happen, but I think there is one team that would take Bradley Beal in a trade, and it's so unrealistic. We have to bring an expansion team into the NBA as quick as possible until the 2025 trade deadline, and we are bringing in an expansion team from Bradley Beal's hometown city, St. Louis. That's the only way we can get this deal done. So yeah, we're going to take control of an expansion rebuild today, and we're going to help facilitate this deal. That's how unlikely I think Bradley Beal is going to get traded from the Phoenix Suns, at least this year, because one, nobody really wants to take on that contract. Two, I don't believe that the Suns have enough draft capital, even if they move those 3 first-round picks they got for their future first-round pick to take on Beal. Like, maybe a team like Brooklyn, Charlotte, Detroit would think about it, but Bradley Beal isn't waiving his no-trade cost to those teams, so this is going to be such an unlikely deal. Today, I just want to do an expansion rebuild with Bradley Beal's hometown team, the St. Louis Sound. We're going to throw that team in the Southwest Division, and then we're going to throw the Baltimore Barons in the Southeast Division. I'm going to have to trade for Bradley Beal. Would make it a little bit easier if the Phoenix Suns are not protecting him. Perfect. I know where my number 1 pick in the draft is going to be. As for some reason, even with 11 protected players on, the Pacers didn't protect Pascal Siakam, whatever. Oh my God, should I get Jimmy Butler and Bradley Beal on the same team? Let's take Bradley Beal here at number 2. And honestly, at 3, I will take Jimmy Butler, and I'm just going to trade him to Phoenix so they get their wish. It's funny because I don't think the Sixers would keep Paul George. They would want some team to take that contract off their hands. So 2K hasn't updated the draft picks yet. So basically, I'm just going to trade Jimmy Butler right away to the Phoenix Suns. I got to take on the Jusuf Nurkic contract. That's fine with me. And we're also getting the first-round pick that they got in that draft pick trade with the Utah Jazz. So yeah, Jimmy Butler and the Phoenix Suns get their wish. Jimmy Butler is now a member of the Phoenix Suns. We do have 2 former Suns on the team in Jusuf Nurkic and Bradley Beal. So this is the team that I drafted: Bradley Beal, Quentin Grimes, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Jusuf Nurkic, AJ Green, Vince Williams, Trey Jones, J. Will, not J. Dub, Jalen Wilson. So we have another J. Will, I guess. Alex Len, TJ Warren, Chris Murray, Sam Morril, Trey Jameson, and Jamal Shed. It's a team for sure. And yeah, we pretty much helped orchestrate that trade. We get another draft pick for the 2025 NBA draft. I'm not really sure how many games this team is going to win this year. We have a ton of guards, obviously with Grimes, Bogey, AJ Green, Sam Morril, obviously a similar caliber player. And then we do a Bradley Beal. I do like the idea of Vince Williams on this team. Hopefully he can perform well. Chris Murray, I don't know. This team is probably not going to win many games this season. And we're going to have fun today and try to have injuries on. So the Baltimore Barons, 1 seed. I mean, they got a lot of veteran talent in this draft. I don't know how much they're going to be paying into the luxury tax, but oh my God. I guess like that's the one time where you can just draft guys or just go over the cap with no repercussions because it is an expansion draft. The Baltimore Barons, like, this is insane. How far over the cap are they? 140 million over the cap already. Yeah, they're going to have 44 million off the books, but Anunoby goes up by 3 mil. Same with Siakam. Same with Paul George. I guess they'll have Fred VanVleet off the books as well. That is insane. So this year, we ended up with a 33-49 record with the first year under Bradley Beal. Honestly, can we recoup Bradley Beal's trade value? Maybe 20 points, 4 assists, 1 steal. But I'm excited. Like, I kind of wish that this draft happened in the offseason, with a full offseason, because now I can start to get familiar with where we want to go with this team. I don't mind hitting like a full reset button, but I also don't have to do that if we think we can try to complete the challenge, build a team around Bradley Beal, because nobody wants Bradley Beal. Maybe Bradley Beal doesn't want any other team, as we're trying to really do something to help out the Phoenix Suns. But Trey Jones had a pretty good statistical season, about 9.5 points, 3.2 rebounds, 4.4 assists. 38 from 3 is really encouraging. Bogey was really good, 36 from 3. Not sure if he's going to be back next year. We had a little bit of TJ Warren this year, only 31 years old. I don't know why it feels like he's older than that. Nurkic, just got to stop taking threes next year when he's under the last year of his deal. I would like to re-sign Quentin Grimes in the offseason. I think Vince Williams taking steps in the right direction for sure. AJ Green, elite shooter, 44% from 3. J. Will, probably going to be the starting center, unless I get a more exciting name in the offseason. And yeah, with injuries on, we had Sam Morril play, we had Alex Len play, Chris Murray not as much. And yeah, we're going to get here into the 2025 offseason. Let's see how far the Baltimore Barons go, as they are going to end up losing to the Pacers in round 2. And then you have the Timberwolves versus the Celtics in the NBA Finals. So the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, and Kevin Durant were the 8th seed. Like, that's not a terrible starting 5. It does lack a ton of defense, but it's not terrible. I'm surprised they were that bad. And then they lost in round 1. As the Celtics win it all, Tatum gets Finals MVP, so they go back-to-back. Yeah, Phoenix was the 7th seed. Then they lost to Golden State. And then Golden State actually beat Denver and almost beat Minnesota. So LeBron does retire. Chris Paul retires. I really wonder where De'Aaron Fox is going to go, man. Like, is he going to go to the Spurs? Does that mean they keep Chris Paul? Do they end up moving Chris Paul? LeBron, Chris Paul, and Russ all head to the Hall of Fame. Bunch of jersey retirements there, as we are not going to have anybody. We could try to get eventually the other St. Louis star, and that would be Jayson Tatum. I mean, that would be really sick. We are projected the 10th overall pick. I would like for that to be a little bit better, but it is what it is. So there's going to be 16 teams in the lottery now with 2 expansion teams. Like, I wonder if New Orleans would go after De'Aaron Fox. I don't know when you guys are seeing this video compared to when a trade may go down. Fox is from NOLA, but they're probably not going to do that. So let's go through the lottery. We actually get unlucky a little bit. Somebody behind us jumped up. We are going to have the 11th pick in the draft, and then we are going to have the 30th pick in the draft from the Jusuf Nurkic, like Jimmy Butler trade that we were able to get a first-round pick from. So I do want to see what team got lucky and moved up into the lottery. And that would be the Memphis Grizzlies, who jumped up from the end of the lottery with a 37-45 record. They were the 11th seed, or they 11 or whatever it was, and they ended up with the 4th overall pick. So they made out very well. Somehow Ime Udoka was let go. Could we make him the next St. Louis Sound head coach, him and Bradley Beal? Bang, there we go. So if we take a look here at the mock drafts the day of the 2025 NBA draft, Asa Newell could be an interesting ad. Alex Caravan, but he's more of a role-playing guy. But honestly, I don't hate the idea of taking an older prospect, just because I think we could try to win next year already. And I do I'm starting to feel out for the 2025 draft. I feel like compared to the 24 draft, the 24 draft may have more depth in terms of role players when you're talking about like your Devin Carters, your Khalil Wares, your Misi, Jared McCain's of the world. And I think this draft is maybe struggling to find its depth in the mid to late first round. But obviously the top 5 is miles better than what it was in 24. Like Flagg, Bailey, Harper, Yakuchonis, and VJ Edgecombe, all top 5 guys. I think all of them would probably have gone number 1 in the 2024 draft. All right, I wonder if the Knicks would be interested in something like this. I'd take on Mitchell Robinson's last year of his contract. We could use a center. I would also get their first round pick in 26. I'd give them some defense because the Knicks, great offensive team, lacks some defense, and they did lose OG Anunoby in the expansion draft. So I would give them Vince Williams and Jamal Shed, 2 good defenders. They are going to agree to that. That is a big trade for us. So we're going to stay at 11. We're going to stay at 30. We get additional first next year, and I think that trade may make us even better. This is the rebuild I want to do soon, too. Maybe it'll be after the deadline. Like LaMelo, Cooper Flagg, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams as the core going forward. Like, that sounds like a lot of fun. Keep Cooper Flagg in the state of North Carolina. And oh yeah, the Miami Heat had the 2nd overall pick in the post-Jimmy Butler era, and they ended up with Dylan Harper. Jaeger Demon goes 3, Ace 4, Trey Johnson 5. So, Yakuchonis available for us, but I think it's a little unrealistic. He would fall to 11. But Nolan Traore, we kind of could use a point guard. And Trey Jones, we can give like a 1 to 2 year deal. Let him be the bridge guy. And let's develop Nolan Traore, who's probably going to be inefficient right out of the gate, but has good size, good defensive intangibles, and fantastic, like, just ball vision, basketball IQ, court vision for somebody of his age, playing above average talent over there in France, way more competitive than some of the college basketball leagues here in the States. So I think getting Nolan Traore would be fun for us, but I'm probably going to go and re-sign Trey Jones, and Nolan's going to back him up at least for 1 year. And then we're taking somebody that I think could be a fringe first rounder right now. Maybe beneficial of staying another year at college. I don't know if he should transfer, but Carter Bryant has really good size. Like, kind of reminds me of Tijon Salon, like, right now, but I'm already seeing the vision in that in college. He's a little bit smaller than Salon, but I think he can put the ball on the ground. He could be a stretch 4. He's just a little bit more of a developmental project. So I know I said I could go win Dow, and I took 2 project players. And in the 2nd round, we took somebody from the ACC, Hunter Salas, who I thought could have been a top 40 pick in last year's draft. Could still happen here in 25. He's been playing a lot better since conference play started. Jay Will, who I said could start, probably going to back up. I may cut Nurkic, we'll see. Jalen Wilson and Chris Murray, I'll pick up all those options right now. Kyrie's a free agent. James Harden, John Collins, Jalen Duren. I mean, are we going to have some money? Let's find out here in free agency. Could I sign Kyrie? I could not. I mean, I could probably clear up some money to get Kyrie Irving, a player I don't really get too often. So I'm going to trade Jusuf Nurkic and Jalen Wilson to the Pacers for James Wiseman. We're going to save a decent amount of money in this deal, and we're throwing in Wilson for them to take on the Nurkic contract. And I'm sure Pacers fans are probably loving this whole De'Aaron Fox saga just because they kind of go back and forth with Kings fans who won the Sabonis trade. And now 3 years later, which is crazy, that trade was 3 years ago, the Kings may trade away the point guard they decided to keep over Tyrese Halliburton. And I want to see if the Lakers would do this trade. Could I actually just get Trayvon Brazil for Bogdan Bogdanovic? Yeah, let's do that deal. It's just a straight salary dump. I'm going after Kyrie Irving. Could Kyrie Irving and Bradley Beal win a ring together? Probably not. Does Kyrie have a real offer out there? Oh my God, he's got a 5-year deal from the Mavericks. I never try to sign Kyrie, but man, that's a lot of money. We could go after Miles Turner, but I have Mitchell Robinson. I mean, let's offer him a deal. Kyrie's really good in this game. I would give him the no trade clause as well. Is he going to choose, he's probably going to choose Dallas over us because of that 5th year. Damn it. All right, I really tried to go after him. I traded a lot of money, and I think I made some bad trades. All right, we could try to have a plan B, where he still could have money next year as well. Damn, I was going to go after Josh Giddey. He got 4 years, 151 from the Bulls. So we are going to renounce the rights on all these guys. I would like to bring back Quentin Grimes. He has, I'm not giving him $19 million a year. So I'm going to get Quentin Grimes back 3 years, $41 million. I mean, Giddey maybe falls through the cracks. Okay, yeah, he has brought down his asking price by a decent amount. What about if I give Josh Giddey like a 2-year deal worth $52 million? I mean, Giddey and Beal. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's see if we can get Josh Giddey. We do have a $30 million trade exception from Jimmy Butler. And we do get Giddey. All right, Giddey's going to come here for 2 years. That means Trey Jones might be gone. And I'm going to give Gershon Yabusele a 1-year deal as well, just to give us some more cap flexibility next offseason. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that Jimmy Butler trade exception. We're going to have Giddey and Traore. We're going to have Grimes and AJ Green as the shooting guards. Beal at the 3, Yabusele, Carter Bryant I want getting minutes, Mitchell Robinson's going to start, and Bradley Beal is hitting some regression. He had a good year last year, at least in his hometown, and honestly, I think Bradley Beal is getting a little disrespect. Obviously, he's overpaid. We know that, but I don't think he's overrated. I don't. I think Bradley Beal is still a good offensive player in this league. Yeah, I don't know if you could win anything with him as a top 3 player. Top 3 option, I honestly don't think, like, I think you could win it all with him as like your 3rd scoring option. 3rd best player, no. But like Mikal Bridges is basically the Knicks' 3rd scoring option, but you also have Josh Hart and Anunoby. So it can go both ways there. We just got to add some good defenders around him, but I think he's going to get reoccurring contracts from us. We'll see if his price goes down next year. He has a team option, it's a player option. We're going to pick that up. So Mitchell Robinson, honestly, let's bring him back. 2 years, $24 million. I think we could still have cap space. Maybe not next year, maybe in 2 years. Let me actually see. I mean, Jayson Tatum just signed that Supermax with the Boston Celtics. Like, when would the next time Tatum be a free agent? 4 years. Oh, that's going to be tough. So it's going to look something like this before injuries happen, but it's going to be Giddey, Grimes, Beal, Yabusele, and Mitchell Robinson. I don't love this team's defense, I know, but Grimes, Yabusele, and Mitchell Robinson, all plus defenders. Beal and Giddey, not as much. We do own our first-round pick if we're not good. Hey, the Knicks aren't good. We do also own their first-round pick as well. We're going to have Carter Bryant, Jay Will, AJ Green, Nolan Traore, and Hunter Salas come off the bench. Yeah, I think if I got Kyrie Irving, I could have made some corresponding trades that would have gone a little bit more all in right now, but we missed out on Kyrie Irving. There are going to be some big names hitting free agency at the end of this year as well. Guys like Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr., if he's there, we can go after him. So there could be some names on the market down the line. We did end up losing by 16 to the Cavs to start off the year. Wow, good game for Hunter Salas offensively. Not as much for Josh Giddey, who went 1 of 12 from 3. All right, so here at the deadline, we're 19 and 33. Didn't really expect to be competitive this year. I do wonder if we're going to finish with a better record than we did last year, which was 33 wins, which could definitely happen. Our point differential this year is a negative 7.2. Not great whatsoever. I guess it's more so our offense is actually middle of the pack. It must be the defense. Yeah, we have the worst defense in the Western Conference. We have about the 3rd worst defense in the NBA. How is Baltimore doing this year? They're still the 4th seed with their very expensive team. On the year, Josh Giddey is averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. I wish he was shooting a little bit better from 3. And even if he does in the second half, we could maybe look to trade Giddey, but I also think we could still try to develop Giddey. I mean, Bradley Beal, 53, 41, 85 splits. He's been good offensively. It's just the defense stinks. Wiseman has been in on some action because of some injuries. Nolan Traore has been inefficient. Quentin Grimes, 12 points, 5 rebounds, still shooting 38% from 3. Still just 25 years old as well. Carter Bryant giving me 9 and 5. He's like a developmental project, like I said. Jay Will, been kind of disappointing this year. Gershon, 40% from 3, 8 points and 4 rebounds. I think him being one of the guys that's not under contract next year, because I only signed him to a 1-year deal, I think we could look to move Gershon at the deadline. I'm not sure if we can get a first-round pick for him, but we could try. All right, not first-round picks, but I don't hate this trade. I'm going to get Donnie Freeman, former Syracuse Orange player, drafted 29th overall, and I'm going to get Hugo Gonzalez, who was the 13th pick in the 25 draft. These guys are under contract. I don't think I'm going to develop all 4 of these rookies because, well, 5, I guess, with Salas Bryant and Nolan Traore. So I think these guys could be leveraged in trades down the line. It's just having them under contract. I do have to give up Wiseman, Gershon, and my 2028 second, but I think it's a no-brainer. So Luka Doncic MVP, Dylan Harper is your Rookie of the Year, Fred VanVleet 6th Man of the Year, Wemby takes home Depoy, Most Improved is Dalton Connect, and Halliburton is your Clutch Player of the Year. Luka, Giannis, Jokic, Wemby, and AD all on All-NBA first team. Here's second team. I don't think we were going to get any St. Louis sound. I don't think we're going to really sign anybody too big in the offseason. But we did get Nolan Traore on all-rookie second team. He did put up 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. So at least that was something, as we didn't end up making the play-in tournament. We finished, out of the play-in tournament with a 33-49 record. You know what? We are, if you get this reference, the Jeff Fishers of the NBA. We're just going to be consistently, well, I guess that would be more so you go 41-41. But yeah. First 2 years in the league, we go 33-49. Should I just try to go 33-49 every year? We finished with a negative 5.2 point differential. Josh Giddey did average 22 points, a career high, 8 rebounds, 6.5 assists, all career highs. The true shooting was on the lower end of his career, which is unfortunate. But hey, he's still just 23 years old. Bradley Beal has been kind of good for us here. It just sucks he's making $53 million. Quentin Grimes got hurt at the end of the year, but still played 81 games. Still a good 3-and-D piece. Carter Bryant did tear his left meniscus after he got more playing time after the Gershon trade. But yeah, he's still 20 years old, but his season was cut short. AJ Green, elite 3-point shooter, but not much else. Mitchell Robinson was fine as our starting center, but he's down to a 79 overall. Is that more him being upset? Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he's going to get traded in the offseason. It seems like he is an interesting character in terms of like where he wants to be on the Knicks, because he posts a lot of like cryptic Instagram stuff all the time. Maybe some stuff he shouldn't be doing, but he's obviously hurt from the Knicks right now, and he could get traded in real life at the deadline as the Spurs beat the Cavs, a rematch of the 2007 NBA Finals. And Wemby gets the first of his career. So Mike Conley, Al Horford, Kevin Durant, Holiday, DeRozan, Paul George, and Jimmy Butler all retire. So yeah, he didn't get a ring in Phoenix. I would be so scared to give up. I don't think the Suns, I mean, unless they think they can win a title this year with Jimmy, and who knows, the Western Conference, if they end up as a 6th seed, like it could be wide open. Like Jimmy, KD, and Booker could somehow beat maybe the Thunder in a playoff series, and like Minnesota isn't as scary without Karl-Anthony Towns. Dallas seems beatable, but they've been incredibly banged up this year, and you never know with Houston and Memphis right now. But man, I'm just scared trading away your 2031 first. You should have just waited instead of trading for Bradley Beal 2 off seasons ago. We got relatively unlucky in the lottery last year. Let's move up this year. We're going to go from 7 to 8, damn it. So we dropped last year, we dropped this year again. We also own the Knicks first round pick in this draft, which is going to come in at number 30. So yeah, like last year, we drop a spot with our pick, and then we also end up at pick 30 with another team's pick. So Mitchell Robinson really doesn't want to be here. All right, that's fine. I'm going to send you to the Houston Rockets and Donnie Freeman, and I'm going to get a swap in 2027 from the Rockets and the Nets as the Knicks draft AJ DeBansa. All right, that is a very nice OG Anunoby replacement down the line. I think they got that pick from the Wizards, so they're lucky because they shouldn't really get that pick. But 2K only does protections for 1 year, and then everything else becomes unprotected. All right, so I'm going to offer the Portland Trailblazers a trade here because Denny Avdija under a great contract. He's been killing it as of late for the Portland Trailblazers. Could I give you pick 8 for Denny? Would you do this trade? They're going to say no. They want that swap we got on the Mitchell Robinson trade. I'm not really interested in Isaiah Joe. I'd probably throw in Hugo Gonzalez as well. 8 and Hugo for Denny. That is a nice return. Could I maybe get like your 20-30 first rounder in this deal? They are going to say no. I have some seconds. I have 37. Honestly, I would throw in pick 30 to get this deal done. They do agree to that. All right, so we end up trying to make moves for the future. We get Denny Avdija, who's going to be our starting power forward next year because Gershon was traded. Carter Bryant ain't there yet. And yeah, I could have taken Nate Ament, but I wanted somebody a little bit more win now. I'm trying to get Bradley Beal a ring. Cameron Boozer ended up on the Rockets and Darren Peterson on the Nets. We did take Chuck Samuels there at 37. This is a player option for Bradley Beal, so I'm going to be true to it. Pick it up. We're going to decline Chris Murray's option. I'm going to Ooh, do I want to pick up Hunter Sallis? I will. He shot the ball well last year, but I'm going to decline Trayvon Brazil. Oh, Luka Doncic is a free agent. Isaiah Hartenstein is a free agent. And I can't afford Luka right now because of the Josh Giddey and Bradley Beal contracts. So I think if we're going to try to set up next year, Bradley Beal is going to cost me like $30-40 million less per year. Probably 40, maybe even 50 million less per year. So I think we're going to target somebody next year. We could use a center, and it's a good center free agency class. I like the idea of getting Hartenstein, who shouldn't cost me too much. Walker Kessler as well, but I feel like whatever I offer him is going to get matched. It's a decent amount. I like the idea of getting Mark Williams. So I'm going to offer Walker Kessler 4 years, 83. I would have to renounce the rights on everybody else besides, would I rather keep AJ Green or Jay Will? I'll keep Jay Will for now. Does this get matched? It does not. All right, Walker Kessler, you are a member of the St. Louis Sound. If I do need to clear money next year, we could trade him, but we're going to get Bradley Beal's contract off the books and Josh Giddey's contract off the books. It's really going to be the only big deal. I can easily move Quentin Grimes and Denny Diaz contracts if I wanted to. I think that's a steal of a pickup for us. I'm also going to sign, hopefully, Corey Kispert Bang on a 1+1, so it has a team option next year. So he's basically going to be the AJ Green replacement, or I can basically make him Gershon 2.0 and I could trade him at the deadline. And Jay Will wants too much money in my opinion. I'm not giving him 11 mil per year, so he can probably sign elsewhere. Let's bring in Jay Huff on a 1-year deal just for some center depth in case an injury happens. As just kidding, he signs with the Denver Nuggets. I mean, yeah, no, I think Jay Will sign somewhere else. So let's bring in Jock Landale on a 1-year deal. Just kidding. How about Andre Drummond on the minimum? There we go. As Walker Kessler is up to an 85 overall, Josh Giddey's an 85 as well. Can Josh Giddey and Walker Kessler get it done for us? Hey, Nolan Traore developing, and if he's going to be good, he's going to be half the price, more than that of Giddey, like a third or quarter of the price, which can allow us to have some cap space here in the 2027 free agency class. Yeah, Bradley Beal is going to cost me $8.5 million. That's pretty much $50 million less than what he was making last year. Welcome back to St. Louis. All right, so we're going to have Giddey, Grimes, Beal, Denny, and Walker Kessler in the starting 5. It's kind of fun. We're going to have Kispert, Nolan Traore, Carter Bryant, Hunter Salas, and Andre Drummond all getting minutes off the bench. We had to sign Alfred Payton, Cam Reddish, and Fontecchio to get enough roster spots. We're 4-star balanced under Ime Udoka, and we're going up against Ime's old team, the Houston Rockets, to start off the year, and we ended up losing by 31. Hey, we do have our first round pick at the end of the year. I hope Denny Diaz is good. I have high hopes for him, but I'm sure he's not going to work out for us compared to how good he was in Portland. It's always like the Emmanuel Quickly scenario, basically. Okay, Bradley Beal still got it, man. After getting his first ring last year, Wemby wins MVP, gets his first this year. AJ Debinson takes home Rookie of the Year. Yegor Demon is your 6th man of the year. I assume that is behind Scoot Henderson over there in Portland. Kasper Shakushonis most improved. Yeah, it's going to be a tough Western Conference. I kind of wish I put us in the East. So Luka goes to the Suns. They no longer have, I think, Kevin Durant, right? Kevin Durant, I forget if he retired, but either way, they got Luka over there in Phoenix. Jokic, who can be a free agent at the end of the year, did end up getting injured. But we did get Walker Kessler on all defensive second team, so he was a top 10 defender in the sport, 15 and 11. I mean, he's a little bit more expensive than Mitchell Robinson, but played so much better for us. And we did unfortunately not make the playing tournament. We were around 500 at the deadline. So I was like, you know what? Let's stick it out. We end up going 40 and 42. This is definitely more Jeff Fisher-like, but we have 7 more wins than we did in the previous 2 years. Still a negative point differential, but I do feel like we're trending in the right direction. And now Bradley Beal will not be making up like a quarter of our cap space, or a third of it, basically. He's going to be making $8 million. So we're going to save a ton of money there. Giddey, we'll see how much he's asking for in free agency, but I'll let him test the open market because I want to see my options out there as well. Denny goes down in basically everything, or at least in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. It wasn't a bad year. It wasn't, but I would have liked him to be a little bit more efficient. Corey Kispert was really good. I feel like I have to pick up that team option. And if there isn't a point guard in free agency, like Nolan Traore could be our starter next year because he is so much cheaper than what Josh Giddey is going to be for us. Carter Bryant took a step back this year, unfortunately. I had high expectations for him. Alperen Şengün, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Tyrese Maxey, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Shout out to those guys. I don't really see them win awards too much, and I think the Sixers just blew a 3-1 lead, and Şengün gets Conference Finals MVP, so he beat the MVP Wemby in the Conference Finals. James Harden does head to the Hall of Fame, and yeah, I think KD did retire last year. So Baltimore is going to get Sacramento's pick there at number 9. Oh, wow, Brooklyn's pick. That is the swap we did in the Mitchell Robinson trade. Hey, that could be a nice pick. That is up there in the top 3. We also have our pick there at 11. Oh my God, I get the number 1 overall pick. This is the offseason. We turn everything around. We get number 1. Obviously, I would have liked number 1 in the previous 2 years, but this is fine. Not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. And then we also have the 11th overall pick in this year's draft as well. So if we do draft somebody number 1, they are going to be making around like 14-ish million a year. I was thinking about taking Tyrone Stokes number 1. I do have a hole at small forward because Beal, I think he should be more of a shooting guard. Does he actually go down if I make him a shooting guard? Wow, he does. Okay. But he's going to be coming off the bench next year. So I could take Tyrone Stokes, or like I said, we could see what this is worth on the market. Okay. I could get Jaylen Brown. That is pretty sweet. That is pretty cool. It cost me Quentin Grimes at 1. I'd also get KP in this deal. I mean, I'm intrigued. I can get Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. Also intrigued in this deal. Suggs and Zubats or Sharp and Klingon. I mean, this is the one I'm intrigued by the most. I mean, I think it would make a little bit more sense to go out and get Jayson Tatum. Like, could we do one for Tatum? They're going to say no. What about if I give you 11? That Blazers pick. And then I also gave you Quentin Grimes for Jayson Tatum. Okay, they counter it. Oh my God, I'm going to trade for Jayson Tatum. I got to give up these first round picks with the protection. I get Tatum and KP. Let's do it. Oh my God, I got him. I got him, boys. I got the other St. Louis kid over here to the St. Louis Sound, and we brought Jayson Tatum over to the the St. Louis Sound. It's kind of crazy. I'm putting Tatum back to the small forward, though. I don't want him playing the 4. All right, so that is kind of crazy. Dude, like, I think I could have some cap space. I could. I might look to reroute Kristaps Porzingis just because I have Kessler. Now, I could make Kristaps the 4, and he could space the floor well. He's a good rim protector. So let's just see what free agency is going to look like before I end up doing that. And yeah, we just traded for Jayson Tatum. Kind of insane. And yeah, they ended up taking Tyron Stokes with the #1 pick. I have a fun rebuild idea that I think I want to do where I may trade like Jaylen Brown. I think it would make more sense if like the Pelicans are picking one or Philadelphia and somehow getting Cooper Flagg to Boston. So we took Kelly Marshall here in the second round. I mean, 1.5 mil probably would go. I mean, it's not going to really mean too much, but I want to have as much financial flexibility for the offseason. I'm going to pick up the team option though. I'm not on Samuels, but Bryant, Kispert, and Traore, yes. Guys could definitely get traded. Giannis is a free agent, same with Jokic, Towns, and Jalen Green. Yeah, I'd have to basically trade KP if I wanted to do anything in free agency, which isn't that hard. I mean, it may have to be KP and, like, Denny and Kispert if I wanted to do anything in free agency. So, honestly, I'm just going to do this trade. It is going to free up $11 million in cap space. I'm going to send Kristaps Porzingis to the Motor City. I'm going to pick up Jeremy Sohan and a 2030 first-round pick. He did, I think, sign with the Spurs last offseason. He's going to be my starting power forward. Could put him at point guard, but now it's going to be power forward, which may bump Denny Avdia to the bench because I'm also allowed to go over the cap for Josh Giddey. Bang, there we go. I would like to bring back Hunter Salas as well. I'm also going to sign Goga Bitadze using my mid-level exception for him to be my backup center. Now, I did have like that position of need at the backup 5, so I passed up on guys like Max Christie and Zach LaVine. So hopefully he is good for us. And I'm also going to sign Ben Simmons and Isaiah Joe, or not Isaiah Joe, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Jokic signed with the LA Clippers. That's kind of crazy. And Jalen Green with the Warriors. So we're going to get Salas back on the QO. Tatum, let's see if you can run this team here in your hometown city. Josh Giddey, Walker Kessler. I think the defense is still going to be good. And like we have Traore in the wings if we wanted to move Giddey for like another shooting guard. We'll see. Bradley Beal, he's regressing. And just because I don't want him playing under no contract this year, we're going to give Denny a 2-year extension. Bradley Beal, I mean, yeah, 1 year we may as well. Still has that no trade clause. And if I also make Denny Avdia a small forward, he goes up to an 85. There we go. All right, so I'm going to miss Quentin Grimes, but the bench is exciting. It's going to be Denny, Nolan, Traore, Goga Bitadze, Beal, and Carter Bryant. So we got somebody from Israel, somebody from France, and where's Goga from? I'm gonna get. It's not Turkey, right? It's Republic of Georgia. Okay, yeah, I forgot that. But hey, now I know. Giddey, Kispert, Tatum, Sohan, Kessler. 3 good defenders here. Backcourt defensively, it's a little rough right now. We are 4.5 star balanced under Ime Udoka. First game of the season, we lose. Okay, that sucks. But you know what? I think we're going to be fine going forward. All right, so Jayson Tatum, not a needle mover, I guess. We are 23-29 here in the Western Conference. We do have a positive point differential for the first time like in a while this far into the year. Our offense isn't an issue. We have the #2 offense in the Western Conference. It's just a defense that isn't great. We have a bottom 4 defense right now. We are on a 6-game winning streak, so we are peaking maybe at the right time, but maybe we are going to look to improve the defense. Giddey, I mean, the efficiency is there. Maybe we're going to look to, wow, Giddey's actually averaging almost as much as Jayson Tatum. I mean, Nolan Traore is really good. Do I start him at the 2? I think I may look to upgrade that shooting guard spot. Kispert's a good 3-point shooter, but I think we could look to add a defender there because we do lack some defense on the team. And we could try to sell on Carter Bryant, who really hasn't been able to do much for us this season. He did get injured. I mean, Jeremy Sohan with his efficiency hasn't been where I'd like it to be, but obviously he helps out our defense a little bit. I mean, A perimeter D, B+ inside. Like, I'm wondering, do I trade Josh Giddey? Do I trade him and then make Nolan Traore the starting point guard because I can't really get a great offer for Kispert right now? Do I want to trade Denny? But Denny's been an elite 6th man for us. But a player I think I can get is Cason Wallace from the LA Lakers. He's maybe not as good of a shooter as Corey Kispert, but I think we can easily get this deal done. So it'd be Corey Kispert. I'd have to throw in about $4 million which would be, I think, Hunter Salas. Would he waive the no trade clause? You mother... All right, that's fine. We can make this work still. We can do Carter Bryant, and I would do the Pistons first round pick I got in the offseason. They say no. We're going to, get rid of some of the draft capital because we did trade out a lot in the Jayson Tatum deal, but 2 first-round picks gets it done. And yeah, we are going to change the lineup where we are going to be starting Jayson Wallace throughout the second half of the season. And yeah, it's going to look something like this. So it's going to be Giddey, Wallace, Tatum, Sohan, and Kessler. So Wemby gets another MVP. Tyron Stokes, the guy we traded basically for Jayson Tatum, wins Rookie of the Year. Jalen Duren, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy. Most Improved goes to Darius Cuff, and Clutch Player of the Year is Trey Johnson. Okay, so Nikola Jokic, damn, got hurt once again here. Do we get anybody? No Jayson Tatum on the All-NBA teams? Damn. That kind of sucks. Maybe this wasn't meant for him to play in his hometown city again. Oh my god, we didn't make the play-in tournament. And I don't even own my first round pick. How are we this bad? We are really Jeff Fisher. We're taking that to heart. Oh my god, we go 40 and 42 for the second straight year. So the first 2 years, 33 and 49. Next 2 years, 40 and 42. You can't make this up. I mean, I guess Tatum just not playing a ton. I mean, he missed 9 games. But I guess we also have like Denny, Sohan. Maybe I just didn't construct this roster all that well. Jayson Wallace struggled from 3. All right, well, I don't own my first round pick. We're going to go into an offseason where, oh god, we don't have much draft capital to work with. Damn, Giddey had like a positive year. Like definitely the best year here in St. Louis. But we missed out on the play-in tournament. Not even the playoffs, but the play-in tournament. That is crazy. And then you have a rematch of the 2015, 16, 17, 18 NBA Finals. So you have the Cavs and the Warriors. Yeah, these teams look different, but hey, Steph is still there. And the Cavs win in 6. And Mobley gets his Finals MVP award, the first of his career. No, Bradley, we're overriding it. All right, so now I know he's retiring at the end of the year. So I got to do all I can to win a title here in the next season. There goes Kawhi and Curry. They both get retired. Wow. Kawhi's jersey got retired by the Clippers. I guess it's not going to happen in San Antonio. Who knows, though? Iggy did get his jersey retired in Golden State and didn't really end all that well in that 2019 season. So the Celtics projected our pick at 13. Don't tell me it moves up. Thankfully, it does not. Oh, it was lottery protected. Thank God. All right, good. So I do have an asset to work with there. The 14th pick in this draft. Ime, I'll keep you, but last year was a big disappointment. And I know he's not going to help us out too much offensively, but I'm going to do this trade. We're going to send Josh Giddey and the 14th overall pick to Atlanta for Dyson Daniels, arguably the best perimeter defender in this game. And he's 25 years old, 89 overall. Going to be perfect in between Nolan Traore at the 1 and Tatum at the 3. So with that draft pick, the Atlanta Hawks took Jin Liu, a 21-year-old shooting guard out of China. We are going to pick up the team option on Nolan Traore. As Hunter Salas, I will be giving the qualifying offer to yet again. I'm going to sign Deron Holmes on a 2-year deal worth $12 million. I thought about trading some guys like Jeremy Sohan right now, but that could come at the deadline. I'm also going to get a little bit of draft capital here. Gogo Badate going back to the team that drafted him, as well as a 2031 second-round pick for Nick Richards, who's just going to be the backup 5 behind Walker Kessler. But I get a 2030 lottery protected first from the Pacers. And I'm going to give Hunter Salas a 3-year deal worth $10 million. All right, so let's see if this is a good enough team around Jayson Tatum to get Bradley Beal a ring before he retires. It's funny because, yeah, Bradley Beal is getting all this disrespect, and I don't think Bradley Beal is anybody's favorite player anymore, unless maybe you are a Wizards fan and you still really like him, but I'm turning this into a really cool, I guess, tribute for Bradley Beal. Like, I'm trying to get him a ring like this is a Warriors rebuild for Steph Curry. Also, before the season starts, let's lock up Jayson Tatum on a 3-year extension, and honestly, we're going to lock up Nolan Traore. So I think the one guy we could move at the deadline would be Jeremy Sohan. If he's shooting like 20% from 3 or 25% from 3 and 40% from the field, it's not really going to cut it. And honestly, I may actually start off with Tatum at the 4, Denny at the 3, and I think that could be a little bit better offensively. So Bradley Beal, I'd like for him to play at least like 5 minutes a night. Nick Richards isn't going to play a whole lot. Jayson Wallace off the bench, I mean, helps out our defense. Sohan, yeah, like he hasn't really been that consistent with his shot. I'd like to go 30 to Kessler, 37 to Tatum. Let's go 32 to Denny, 30 to Dyson, and we can go 31 to Nolan Traore. We start off the season against the Mavericks and the Pacers. We go 1-1. Okay. All right, so we're here at the deadline. I think we're finally going to go above 500 this year. 32 and 18, 7.3 point differential, which is 4th in the West. Damn, the Thunder are 31 and 21, but they have a 7 point differential. Yeah, that's really good. So, taking a look here at the stats, with Jayson Tatum leading the way, there you have Nolan Traore, who's breaking out here in year number 4. Really good point guard. Denny, his efficiency could be a little bit better. Sohan, I think we are going to look to trade him at the deadline. But Walker Kessler has been rock solid for us. We're getting still really good defense out of Jayson and Jayson Daniels. Both are shooting 36% from 3. So I know he can't really shoot, but I am going to do this trade with the Utah Jazz. We're going to send them Jimmy Butler, that first I got in the offseason, and Deron Holmes for Brandon Garrison, who is a former Kentucky center here in year 3, former 53rd overall pick. And then we're also getting Noah Essengay. Well, that wouldn't be 53, a little bit later than that, I guess 57 or 55. Yeah, Noah Essengay, who is not a great three-point shooter like Sohan, but I think a little bit more physical. He's 23 and is still on that rookie contract. We're going to make that deal with the Utah Jazz. And let's hope that this team is fully healthy at the end of the year. All right, so Wemby wins his 3rd MVP, I think in a row, right? Lucas Whitehead is your rookie of the year, #1 pick to the Lakers, a combo guard from Penn State being the top player in the draft. Trae Young in Sacramento winning 6th man of the year. Elijah Arenas winning most improved in Boston. Cooper Flagg, clutch player of the year in Charlotte. Do we get Tatum on an all-NBA team? No, but it's Nolan Traore. All right, is Tatum a fraud? I do not know. Nolan Traore has a very good year as the first full year being the starter on this team. And we did end the year as the 2 seed in the Western Conference. We're going up against Minnesota in round 1. Atlanta with Josh Giddey ends up as the 1 seed. So it makes sense for them to get Giddey when they didn't have Trae Young anymore. And there you go. You got Baltimore in round 1 as well. It would be cool if we played them in the NBA Finals. So yeah, we'll look at the stats here where we had Tatum be the leading scorer. Hopefully he plays more than 31 minutes a night in the playoffs. I guess it's because of Denny's minutes are eating into him, but they both play the power forward as well. So I don't know why they can't eat into Essengay's minutes, but I guess that also comes down to Essengay's minutes also. So I think Garrison is going to play over Nick Richards for the playoff rotation because this gives us a lot of length and versatility here. Traore, Daniels, Tatum, and Essengay. I worry about it offensively, but I think it should be okay. So I think Wallace is going to get 20 minutes. We're going to go 15 to Garrison. I'm sorry, Richards, you're not going to play. Hunter Salas, you're pretty good, but I want to win with Bradley Beal getting minutes, who was fine this year. He's going to get 7 minutes a night. We're going to stay at 25 minutes to Denny. I think we're going to go to 35 minutes for Walker Kessler. We're going to go 28 to Essengay. Let's go 38 to Tatum. Let's go 33 to Daniels. And honestly, let's go 39 to Traore, our All-NBA member. And I think this could get it done, but I need Jayson Tatum to be like this Tatum that I traded for. So we're taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 1. They do have Rob Dillingham, who's really good. Oh, did they trade Hero for Rob? Oh my God, they traded him. Okay, because I got offered Dillingham at the deadline. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Did they trade? They must have traded Rob. Or a team that was offering me Rob was not Minnesota, but they have the Ant-Man, who's obviously incredible. We are fully healthy as well for the playoffs, which is huge. And it would be funny, like, when you guys see this video, if Bradley Beal ended up, like, already getting traded and a team took him. But, yeah, this is still a fun expansion rebuild, and we do win game 1. All right, good start. 24-7, 10, 3, and 2 for Nolan. 27 for Tatum. Game 2 goes to St. Louis. 27 and 12 for Tatum. 21, 5, and 6 for Daniels. 17 and 10 for Nolan. Did not shoot the ball very well. Same with Essengay. Game 3 goes to Minnesota. All right, they win by 7. That's fine. We weren't going to win every game. Game 4. Okay, huge. All right, as long as you go up 3-1. Tatum, this is the Tatum I want. 32, 8, and 4 throughout our first 4 games. And we are going to lose game 5. That's fine. 30 and 10 for Nolan. Because we're going to win game 6, right? Oh, you got to be goddamn kidding me, man. We lose by 30? Ugh. All right, here we go. Game 7. Are we able to beat them? And we're at home in St. Louis. Come on, Tatum. In front of your family. In front of Deuce. Do not lose in front of Deuce, who may be in the NBA soon. We're up by 2 here in the 3rd. Oh, God. We're up by 6. Great 4th quarter. Up by 11. And it looks like we're going to close out game 7. We win by 25. Denny of DL with 30. I mean, going from Israel to, like, St. Louis has to be a very interesting culture shock. All right, so we're taking on the Thunder, who are really good. They have Shea, Will Riley, McNeely. Oh, they still have J-Dub. All right, this bench is really good, too. Tatum, I need you to ball out for us. All right, we win game 1. That is impressive. 21 assists for Nolan. Sorry for yelling there. That is crazy, though. 5 blocks for Kessler, who has been, you know, double-double, 2 blocks a night for us. We do win game 2 by 2. Nolan with 27, 11, and 4. He's killing it. Tatum, man, he's been good. I need that 3-point shot to fall a little bit more. We go up 3-0. Don't blow a 3-0 lead. Jayson Daniels, though, with 25, 8, and 8. And we do sweep them. Okay, that was a series I was scared about. Nolan Traore, 19 assists. How many assists per game did he average in the playoffs? Or more so in round 2? 16. Oh, my God. He averaged 7 more assists, basically, or 6 more in round 2. So we're taking on San Antonio. Yeah, we got to go up against a stacked Spurs team and Victor Wembanyama. Hey, everybody's happy, though. Game 1 goes to St. Louis, 112-107. 25 for Tatum, 10 rebounds for Essengay, 10 assists for Traore. Game 2 goes to St. Louis. Oh, my God. This was a defensive clinic. Tatum drops 35, though. Nolan Traore played 40 minutes. We take Game 3. All right, so we go to 7 against Minnesota, and then we're going to sweep San Antonio and OKC. Yeah, we just swept them. Tatum and Cooper Flag, your conference finals MVPs. Both these guys have roots to New England, with Tatum being a legend for the Celtics and Cooper Flag being from the New England area. So I'm sure they're going to be watching. We're taking on Charlotte. Like, that is a sick team. They don't have Brandon Miller anymore, so maybe not as sick, or is he hurt? Oh, honestly, though, I think Rob Dillingham could have been hurt in round 1. Yeah, that's what happened. Damn. All right, here we go. Game 1. We do win. Let's see what the score was. Also, before I check that score, Anthony Edwards didn't even play Game 7. He ended up getting injured. Oh my God, in Game 1. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that is so embarrassing. We went to 7 games with no Ant, and then we somehow sweep OKC, San Antonio, like we have yet to lose since that series. 17-4 for Traore. And I'm talking assists and steals, not points and assists there. Wow. We blow them out in Game 2. We have yet to lose since round 1. 2K, you make no sense. You make no sense. Tatum with 35 and 15. Let's sweep them. We're going to get Bradley Beal a ring. We're going to get Bradley Beal a ring as long as we don't blow a 3-0 lead, as we are 2 quarters away from winning the 2029 NBA Finals. What a crazy playoff run by us. As we go to Game 7 against an Anthony Edwards-less Timberwolves team, and then we sweep the Thunder, the Spurs. Damn, it would have been cool to win at home. But we're also, I mean, if I could choke this, you never know. We're going to sweep this team as well. The Thunder, Denny guarding Flag, Daniels guarding, that's not David Waba, that's a different one. So they did score to make it a 4-point game, and they were very smart to hack Walker Kessler. I am not a fan of these jerseys, and Kessler does knock down the first free throw. He's got 17 and 9. Damn, Tatum fouled out. I think it's probably not wise, but I want to win with him on the floor. Let's get Bradley Beal in at the shooting guard position. Nolan Traore guarding LaMelo Ball. Let's see if he can stay in front of him. Good defense. If he hits that, nothing you can do there. Still plenty of time left in this game. 37 seconds. I doubt they foul. Okay, maybe they should have. Get it to Essengay. Kessler, go to the rim. All right, Essengay's going to get it in anyway. What is Kessler doing? Why are you getting to the 3-point line? This is why the AI sometimes stinks in 2K. All right, they may have to take a 3. Cooper Flag finds Mark Williams. I thought he was going to drive. That's on me. Still a 4-point game. Probably trust Nolan the most at the free throw line. I know Denny's not too bad, but they're going to foul. First free throw for Nolan Traore is up, and it is good. He's got 25, 7, and 14. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2, and he's going to miss the second. Okay, makes things a little bit interesting. Charlotte does not have a timeout, so they're going for the 3 ball here. Give me that steal with Beal. Okay, let him get the 2. That's fine. Makes it a 3-point game. Can Bradley Beal ice him out? Let's see if he can hit at least 1 free throw, just to make it a 4-point game. That's all I need, Beal. First one. Oh, God, that did not look good off the rip. Don't miss this. Don't make it that interesting, Beal, as he's going to go at least 1 for 2. Like I said, they don't have any timeouts, so I assume, okay, they're going to go to Cooper Flag for 3. That is no good. Williams with the rebound. Oh, and Flag gets a pretty good look, and he's going to knock that down to make it a 1-point game. Well, isn't that great? All right, let's get the ball to Nolan Traore here. 4, 3. All right, so if I hit both free throws, God, this is very interesting, because if I miss the second one and they somehow hit a full court heave, we lose. They're going to win 119-118, but at least we're going to go to overtime if that very rare full court shot happens, and 2K does not get the ball down quick enough. So, yeah, LaMelo's got to chuck it, and that is almost good. But the St. Louis Sound with Bradley Beal and Jayson Tatum, the hometown natives, the team that actually wanted Bradley Beal, and Bradley Beal actually wanted waiving his no-trade clause too, wins the 2029 NBA Finals. And Finals MVP, Nolan Traore, an absolute assist god. 14.5 assists in those 4 NBA Finals games. He did average 12.2 assists throughout 19 playoff games. Tatum averaged 28. And we got Bradley Beal a ring, who is going to retire. Nope, there's Royce O'Neal. Does Bradley Beal somehow not retire? Wait, I'm confused. All right, well, I guess he did a bait and switch on us. Either way, I hope you guys did enjoy this expansion rebuild / Bradley Beal rebuild. Like I said, I'm not really sure if Beal has been traded by the time you guys see this video. If he has, I'm glad a deal got done and finally we can put it to rest. If not, we're going to hear it all second half long. So I hope you guys did enjoy, though. Drop a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments which team you'd like to see me rebuild next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.